Hello folks, well it's the 1st of April, so the first bit of news on the 1st of April is the Grand Order of Clock Watchers have sent a missive off to a representative of Parliament with regard to the amount of time what is wasted every year just changing the clocks. Now, if you spent 10 minutes a year, assuming half the population of Britain did that, that would amount to about 570 years worth of time every year. That's about 8 people born every year just to change the clocks. That's an entire lifetime just spent changing the clocks every year. But I tell you, looking at the news, I thought they're having a laugh, aren't they? There was a protest apparently on Saturday for 35,000 people. They was protesting about jobs, and you think, well, yeah, that's fair enough. And then they was protesting about poverty, and you think, well, yeah, okay, well, we've been there before. You never actually understand or appear to understand how the money system works. If they did, they'd understand why there's poverty, but anyway, well, won't worry about that bit. And then it's a bit of a, let's climate change. Oh yeah, it's been colder this winter, so let's have a march about climate change. I thought, yeah, I thought, we wouldn't have a bit of mass manipulation there, would we? It's not a, let's have a little bit of a distraction. And then we got them talking about, if the protesters at the G20 turn violent, well, they will if you put some agent provocateurs in there, won't they? The old insecurity services, what helps them banksters. Am I inferring there? Well, it's the 1st of April. You are allowed to say silly things on the 1st of April, allegedly. Well, I think that's still allowed. They haven't regulated that out of existence yet, although they probably will. I'm not sure if the 1st of April is politically correct. We can't infer that the 1st of April be selected out as being a day of fools. I mean, that would be discriminatory, wouldn't it? We can't have. They're beyond that. And talking about the old bureaucrats, we have councils over here what allegedly at a local level represent the people. Well, the local level is getting bigger now because they've amalgamated lots of the little councils into 7 regional big councils now. It's all getting bigger, isn't it? And of course, what they're saying is, but that's going to save some money. Well, if they hadn't lost a load of money in Iceland, they might not need to save some money. So what has happened? I expect they cut a few services, the people that actually do the work, and there'll be less. The whole point of a council, which they seem to be missing this point a bit, so I thought I'd better tell them. Whole point of having a local council. Notice the word local. Look up the dictionary definition. I'm saying this to any councillors what might be watching. And it means local. In other words, it's local representation. If you've got a local council what is big, it's difficult to represent people at a local level, isn't it? I think you could of course think, well, perhaps they're using this crisis to make the local councils fewer in number and bigger. That means they're easier to control, yeah? Which also means that when you get the European Union regional council type things, it'll be easier to harmonise the whole lot together, won't it? Because you want to have all these piddly little councils all over the place going, we're independent. So We can't have that, can we? They might start doing things that, they might start using a bit of common sense instead of following a common purpose. Yeah, we can't have that. Anyway, bit more news. I think Mr. Brown and Mr. Obama, they've been having a breakfast, and it would be a bit of the old. It would be a bit of, you think, cool. I mean, you can imagine if they said, right, okay, we're not going to do what them banksters want us to do with global financial whatever. We're gonna invite that Dave bloke to help us out with a bit of common sense so that we can represent the people, rather than a bit of common purpose and represent some, no, conspiracy lot. God, yeah, you would be, you'd be. Hold on. Imagine if that was headlines. Imagine if the headline news was that President Obama and Prime Minister Brown, along with Sarkozy and Merkel and many other of the G20 politicians, have called YouTuber Dave to the G20 summit in order to assist them to represent the people and to work out an honest banking system where the banksters, if they haven't got a tenner in their back pocket, they can't lend a tenner to the person coming in, and the government will produce all the money debt free, such that people don't have to borrow it in existence. This radical change to the banking system has been agreed by all the G20 summit leaders and is going to be implemented globally. You would fall off your stools, wouldn't you? You'd be going, what? Did you see the headlines? No, I don't believe it. That would be an April Fool's joke, wouldn't it, eh? That would. Yeah. No. Instead, it's us lot that's all the April Fools, innit, for believing what... Yeah. And then they're talking about, oh, the French are a bit... they're a bit disgruntled. They want more regulation, they do, and the Germans might like to go along with the French as well. It's like good cop, bad cop, innit? It's like, oh yeah, them French want more regulations, all them French would. It's getting us into the old, oh, the French and the Germans, blah 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 blah. Why should they do it? It's to see what I'm saying. They kind of they wind us up a bit, eh? Yeah. So it's us against them, innit? And distracts us again. It's a distraction from the real thing. More regulation ain't gonna help, is it? You can regulate till the cows come home. Well, you can't have the cows coming home now because they fart too much. And we got to tax that because that's causing climate change. Yeah. Right. Okay then. Anyway, so over here from the UK, the G20 summit, with all the nice little meetings. They even published the schedule, which is nice, so we know what's going on. So we know what's going on. Wait, watch a puppet show over here, folks. And we got side shows down the streets. We protest, we protest, we protest, we protest. And if they're not protesting enough and making enough of a diversion, we'll send the lads round. Yeah, bit of violence, that's a good pretext for distraction. We can have it all over the newspapers. And that'll obscure what happened at the G20 meeting, because all the people will be talking about all the violence what went on. It's all well staged here, eh? Cool. Cheer out, cheer. Anyway, 1st of April report. Cheers for now.